When a mine rescue event happens in which trained rescuers from the area are going to be needed to come and respond to a mine site, the teams will show up individually as quick as they can all get together and get there, get their equipment to the site, their personnel to the site, begin unloading their equipment, and as soon as they're in position to be of assistance, then they will begin the process of being briefed as to what happened at the site and see how they may fit into a rotation. One of the most difficult things for any operation to do is to get themselves organized into a command center on site. The command center will have to be the base of operations where all judgment calls are made. The organizations of teams will be done there. All resources will have to be organized from there. Communications will be established in and out of the command center in all aspects of this event that's taking place. That's very difficult to do because of the chaos, the emergency situation that's happening, the adrenaline's flowing. We still may have people unaccounted for. All that has to come from the command center. And now the rescue teams, as they start to arrive, will be incorporated into everything that happens in the command center, into getting this response started as quick as we can and as efficiently as we can. Once it's been established that the mine is safe to enter with rescue teams, the team will be brought to the command center and we'll go over the mine map. They'll be given all the information that is known up to that point about what's happened with the event, the mine ventilation plans just prior to the event, and the team will be given instructions as to how the command center feels the team would be safely able to re-enter the mine and begin the process of exploring toward the area where we feel the event happened in the mine.
Gentlemen, glad y'all could make it. I'm the mine superintendent. 3 employees working in a return air course around our 1st North and 2nd North SEAL areas. We also had a foreman and 4 other employees doing outby work on the immediate bottom of our main east drive. About 10:30 last night, they heard an explosive-like sound and a rush of air come through the area. The fan is running, as you can hear it outside the building. The fan is being monitored, and we'd like for y'all to go in, explore the area, account for our 3 missing miners, and want you to report all findings that you find. Y'all have any questions?
Upon discovering the missing miners, would you like their condition reported out by their ID number or their name?
We'd like you just to come out with the ID number.
Yes, you said the barometer dropped before the storm or during the storm. What is its condition
Yes,
now?
the barometer was about 30.10 before the storm. During the storm it dropped.
Once the teams have received their orders and what they're trying to accomplish and the machines have been benched, then they will don the apparatuses and they will proceed to the mine and whatever conveyance to get in, whether it be slope or in this case a shaft where they're going down. Depending on what they're trying to accomplish, they'll either be under apparatus or barefaced, depending on the condition of the mine.
As teams enter the mine, the first team to enter the mine will start at the mine bottom and will try to balance speed, efficiency, and accuracy as they proceed into the mine. Hopefully they will be able to make ventilation control adjustments and advance fresh air into the mine with them up to a certain extent. This is important because it may later allow fresh air base to be established and for people without apparatus to be able to enter the mine and give support to those teams, because our mines are very large and we can't expect all the operations to happen from the surface. So a fresh air base has to be established in the mine as the teams secure those portions in each team rotation.
Okay, they're advancing through the airlock doors right now. They're stopping in the entry number 1.
As each team completes its rotation, it assesses conditions in new territory that hasn't been encountered. It reports those conditions to the fresh air base, which in turn reports it to the command center. Each team will accurately map the conditions that they encounter. All this information will be, again, debriefed to the next team in the rotation, and the process repeats itself until we get to the area where we think the trapped or missing miners may be. As the teams continue to gain more territory on the mine and they advance further and further into the mine, it's also necessary for them to reestablish their ventilation so that the initial fresh air base that was established can also be moved up closer to the interior of the mine, hopefully closer to where the trapped miners or the fire or the explosion area initially was located. So everything advances into the mine as the teams advance into the mine.
You got a pallet? No heat!
When a team finally reaches the area where the missing miners are potentially located, the team will continue to evaluate the conditions, all conditions that are encountered. When dead miners are located and identified and mapped, they will usually not be removed to the fresh air base or to the surface until all efforts are exhausted at trying to find still potentially alive miners that may be in that area.
7, Savani, 6437. Go to club! Got somebody over here!
As the teams explore and they find live victims or people, their first instinct is to protect the survivor, in that they may have to put apparatus on him depending on the air conditions and quality of air. So the first thing is to protect him as quick as possible, check all the vitals that you can, make sure he's not injured or what he's capable of doing, whether you have to carry him out or he can walk out. All this has to be reported to the command center, and then to bring him out as quick as possible to get him out to the fresh air base.
No. Yeah. I got it. There you go. We're clear air. You can take them off.
Once we get to the point that all the missing miners have been found or located, we can now go to what's called a recovery event. It is no longer a rescue event. And during a recovery event, the mine rescue teams may still be required to go into portions of the mine under their full apparatus to get rid of any noxious or poisonous gases that may still be lingering in the mine. But hopefully the rescue teams will be able to get the mine secure enough that non-apparatus workers will be able to now get into the mine and begin the part of repairing the ventilation controls and other things needed to actually re-secure the mine itself. About a 2-hour rotation. From the time they get from the surface, get to the fresh air base, and go in and do 2 hours of hard work, they come out to be replaced by the next team who's going to do a 2-hour rotation. And to give the general public any type of idea, the vastness of an operation like this, is that how many teams is it going to take to go 2 hours at a time in a constant rotation, because once you start, you don't quit for weekends. You don't take a shift off. Once you start, you go in that 2-hour rotation until you just exhaust your teams or until you give up on the whole event. So to keep up a 2-hour rotation around the clock, how many teams are you looking at, and how much rest are you going to get in between your last rotation and your next rotation? And that's something that even rescue team members don't realize that have never been through it.
As the survivors are brought out, as I said, our every effort is to get them out of the mine to the fresh air base and to finish our rotation there. Depending on how many people we have left is how many times we're going to send people in to search for these people. May not be the same team. It may be a rotation of different teams depending on what your assignment is, how far you're away from the fresh air base. There's a lot of things that go into that of how far you can advance and get things out. But the very first priority or the second priority of the over team safety is to get the people to safety that are alive and get them out the fresh air base. All of this that we showed on film in here is a very slow process. And as the mine goes there, this doesn't happen bang, bang, bang. There's a lot of things that's going to come in and change your way of your original plan, may change 2 or 3 times or more before you actually get to where you've rescued the live people and you've found everybody, and then you go into the recovery mode. The rescue teams are trained to come in and do this under apparatus and everything, but it's not a fast thing. It keeps going, and depending on what your plan is, this could be a long, drawn-out process.